Did Brock Purdy get jacked up?
Brock?
Yeah.
Dude, he's always jacked up. He
didn't look it.
No,
but
you didn't see it because you're like, oh, look at this young, nice guy.
With his backpack like he's going to home ec.
Yeah, that's what you see. But then, like, now he's into he's into year 3 now.
Yeah.
He's played a lot of big football games, played at a really high level, runner up to MVP. See, now you're noticing like the physical attributes of him too, because like the media's trying to hide that, like, oh, he's not some little kid. No, this guy's a dog.
No, I know that, but
I've seen, if you got to see this. You got to look up, like, compare like Brock to McCaffrey to Bosa, and it's like a Pokemon evolution of their quads. Like Brock has huge quads, Christian has huge quads, and then Bosa has Bosa quads. And like you can just line them up. It's like Brock's gonna eventually turn into Bosa. That's how I picture it.
That's how you picture it.
Yeah.
All right. Because nobody thinks that about his physique, right? I mean, like he's...
No, if you follow 49ers Twitter, people know about Purdy's quads.
That's why I'm asking you about, like, but he just looks like he's put on some I think some muscle and some LBs.
We got to look at what, 23, and he's 25, 26 now. I think it just kind of happens,
Right.
But when you get to 25 to 30, I think you just grow into your body finally.
All right.
He's definitely not like a 19-year-old college kid anymore.
No, definitely is not.
Definitely not.
Oh, there it is. Wow, there it is.
Look at those quads.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Wow.
Dude's a monster.
No, hold on a minute. Like, so if he was wearing shorts on Super Sunday this past February, that's what they look like? Those aren't new?
No, he's had that since he was a rookie. You guys just don't see it because the media tells you he's just this little kid wearing what is JCPenney's backpack. That's what everyone says that he is. You just got to see it for yourself, Rich.
Well, he's an assassin, though.
He is.
I know.
He's a monster.
That I know.
I know, man.
For sure.
I love him.
So, like, give me a good story about him that where maybe the first time you're like, all right, I see this, I got it, I understand it, or was it this past year or anything like that? With him.
You know what? It started with like the older I've gotten. Joe Staley made it pretty clear to me. He goes, it's harder like the longer you play, specifically on one team, because like after a while, like all your friends leave or they retire, they get traded, or like whatever happens. Like most of the guys, like your best friends on the team are on different teams. And he goes, so like it's what's important is that you like establish friendships with guys early on when they first get drafted, and don't just be like, oh, it's just a bunch of rookies. Like you want to establish friendships with all these young guys. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was a pretty good lesson. And then so whenever we have rookies come in, I don't like, there's absolutely zero hazing, but I like to banter with them to see if they're going to like actually like talk back to me, or are they going to be like shy because I'm George Kittle and I've been in the league for 8 years now. Mm-hmm. And so like Brock's first day, I hung an Iowa football shirt in his locker, which was phenomenal. And he instantly takes it out because he's like 2 lockers down from me. He goes, you put this fuck in here? Just get this shit out of my locker. And I'm just like, I'm going to like you. I absolutely know that already. Just like tosses it on the ground. I was like, respect. I love that.
That's what he said to you?
Oh, yeah, get this shit out of my locker. I was like, phenomenal. Absolutely love it.
That was the first George
Kittle,
Brock
and I was like, hey, Brock, welcome to the Niners.
Right.
And then he gets to his locker, and I was like, you put this in here, get this shit out of my locker. And I was like,
what exactly did you put in there?
An Iowa Hawkeye football shirt, because he went to Iowa State. Yeah. It's phenomenal. And so, like, I like that, because I don't want someone to be like, I don't want him like to look at it and like look over at me and then like leave it in his locker. I was like, no, dude, you throw that out. Like, it's totally fine. I'll just put it back in my locker. And I just like guys who can appreciate a good banter and like just, like don't be nervous. Like we're all on the same team here. Like we're all striving to achieve the same things here. So like I'm not intimidated, I promise. Like I'm pretty nice. Besides, like that was when I first was like, all right, Brock's going to be a solid dude. Like I'm really excited for that. Then you go from the Mexico City game where we played in, was that 2022, and he had like 3 snaps. On the first snap, he turned the wrong way on a handoff, which was phenomenal. And I was like, that's kind of funny. That happens to guys sometimes. Mm-hmm. And then 2 weeks later, he's coming in against the Miami Dolphins after our second quarterback went down, and delivering 3rd down and longs to me, Juice, Ayuk, Debo, and just stepping up in the huddle, stepping up in the pocket, getting hit and cover 0 looks, and just delivering the football. And you're just kind of like, oh, wow, like this. Like he can play. Like you're not just going to step into a football game and just deliver like that. And then it's like, okay, well, is he going to do it again? And then his first start of his career, I'm pretty sure, was against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady
in San Francisco.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, hey, what a storyline! No, Brady's coming back to the Bay. I'm pretty sure the last time that he was in the Bay, they beat the Niners like 30-something to nothing, something like that. So it's like, oh, this is going to be a big game, and Brock comes out there and just plays lights out. And then like it just kept going, kept stacking, and then we didn't lose the game. And it's just like, all right, until like the NFC Championship game, he gets hurt. We're like, wow, okay. Well, then the next question is, hey, what's going to happen to Brock? You know, he's recovering from a UCL injury. Like, how's he going to respond to that? Doesn't throw hardly, throws a little bit, you know, throughout the summer and stuff like that. He has a limit during training camp. And he comes out first game of the season against the Pittsburgh Steelers and throws a couple of touchdowns, throws for a bunch of yards, and you're like, he's going to be just fine. And really, like, you just notice it every single day. Like, he's a consistent kid. He's not really a kid. He's consistent at his job every single day. Shows up. He just has like this intensity to him that like I don't think people see very often unless you're in the building with them. Like he just wants to be really good.
Well, I mean, and that late season dip, we all know what happened on Christmas night, and then leading into the playoffs was yet more questions. Is he the right guy? And I'm just wondering if the Super Bowl performance, which I thought was terrific, is going to finally end that conversation. Do you think? What do you think?
You know, I think when you're the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, I think there's just always going to be questions because you're getting compared to Steve Young and Joe Montana constantly.
No big deal.
Yeah. And so it's just like for Brock, it's just, hey, just go be your best self every single day that you've been doing for the last 2 years. And just keep doing that and you're going to be just fine because I think he's a hell of a quarterback and he makes us all play at a higher level. We've won a lot of football games with him.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.